So, dear friends, last class I had given this assignment to you. This is assignment from David Hopkins. So, this is very challenging because in this your concept of books of accounts of particular person is very much important. Books of accounts of one particular person is very important. Post the following transactions in the books of both Brian and Ken. See, what is if Brian, for Brian the transactions will be different, for Ken the transactions will be different, because if he is buyer he is a seller, and if he is a seller he is a buyer. So here it has been asked name of accounts to be debited, name of accounts to be credited. So you should not get confused, you should not get get it wrong. So you are not so see if you write books of, but here the question is you have to post the transactions in the books of both Brian and Ken. But here they have asked you to write name of account to be debited, name of account to be credited. But whose books? Is this whatever you are writing here, are these related to Brian or are these related to Ken? So what is the best remedy? Let us, for the time being, we will consider this as the books of Brian. And for Ken, we will write separately here. Okay, books of Brian. So what is Brian doing? We have to see from the point of view. So Brian sold goods, he is selling the goods, so it is sales for him. For Brian it sales, and for Ken it is purchases. So when Brian sells, who will receive? Who is receiving? Ken is receiving. Ken is receiving. And when Ken is purchasing, who is giving? Brian is giving. So this concept should be very clear. Now, Ken sold goods to Brian. So sold goods to Brian. So sold goods to Brian means what is Brian doing? Brian is purchasing. Brian is purchasing. So it is purchases, because these are the books of Brian, right? So you have to write it in the books of Brian. So it is purchases for him. So if Brian is purchasing, who is giving the goods? Ken is giving. If for Brian if it is purchases, then for Ken it is sales, and the other side it is Brian. So the understanding should be very clear, crystal clear. So don't get confused. Brian sold goods to Ken. Again sales. So again it is Ken who is receiving. So if it is sales for him, it will be purchases for this. So here it will be Brian. Then Ken sold goods to Brian means Brian has purchased. So then Ken. So if it is purchases for him it will be sales. So if it is sales this side, then who is receiving? Brian. Ken paid Brian for the goods he bought on. Ken paid Brian. So Brian is receiving money. He's receiving cash, and he's allowing discount because it is a loss. He's receiving less. Then who is giving? So obviously Ken is giving. When Brian is receiving, Ken is giving. So now Ken paid, no, simply, that's all. So cash is going out. And he's paying less. So if he pays less, it is discounted received. So it is an income. And to whom? To Brian. Brian paid Ken for the goods he had bought on 2nd April, let's say cash. So now Ben is paying. Brian has paid. So cash. So he has paid less. Discount. So it is Ken this side. So here if it is discount received for him, here it will be cash and discount allowed. And here it will be. So after doing this, you have to prepare the ledger accounts. Ledger accounts of Brian separately and Ken separately. So purchase account, how many ledger accounts will be there? Purchase account, sales account, Ken account, discount received, cash account, all these accounts will come in this. And in this, so many accounts will come. So we'll prepare the ledger accounts. Shall we prepare the ledger accounts? I will give it as an assignment to you, so you can try on your own. So let me see, and I will discuss this in the next class.